to write. Welcome my YouTube friends. I'm glad for the support you've given me. I often get questions how I come up with ideas to write songs and what inspires me. I will analyze some I've wrote and share my view to help others who's stuck and share my experience. I will let you in on a secret. I've done many videos I've uploaded on PH Appelquist. And I hate seeing myself in front of the camera. And I don't have the time to make a music video. On my spare time I write. That part is take over more and more. Just relax and I hope you enjoy it. I've been writing songs. I've started 4 years ago. I've done some before, but I never finished them. I got interested in writing after hearing Townes Van Sant. I never heard anything like that before. I was not much into music before that. After I looked up similar artists like David Olney, Mickey Newbury, Jeff Talmadge, John Hyatt, Blaze Foley, Guy Clark, etc. One thing you need as a writer is imagination to come up with stories. I knew I had it because I've done movies. I've wrote scripts and directed 8 or 10 films. I did my first 96, that was a fun creative time and I still enjoy seeing them. I love old movie stars and for many years that was my hobby. Some days you write the song, some days the song writes you, that's true. I get my inspiration from what's around me and things I've been through in my life. Sometimes people think they know me just by listening to the lyrics of my songs. They're often dark and sad, but that's not me at all. I find it easier to write those songs. I don't set out to write them, but even if they are depressing, it tells a story. Happy songs are difficult to write, because it easily gets silly. Find a topic to write about. I've written many love songs, like My Home Is With You, Drive On, A Broken Man, Love Don't Live Here Anymore. Listen to the lyrics. Some are happy, some are sad, some are experienced, and some are bad. Some songs are personal. It feels so good writing them to get that off your chest and move on. The best writing is when it comes from your life. It's a good therapy to write them. Remember when you write, don't write too detailed or the listener gets bored. I find it easier to write songs than poems, because when I set out to write poems, it's often short stories I tell that I write instead. But to learn the craft, just do it and do it again and again, and listen to other poets to find inspiration. Ray Bradbury said, I just look around the room to find something to write about. I don't know where the next one will take me. That man had imagination, a great author who sadly is not with us anymore. Very inspiring. To write comes natural to some and others it's hard work. When you have written a while, sometimes something comes over you and you write something but you don't know where it comes from. It's called flow. And that is a lovely feeling. I've been through that a couple of times. The Road and Ride the Blue Wind is 2 examples for that. Those songs took about 15 minutes to write and others can take hours. When you are a beginner, you often want to write something extraordinary, but it takes time. I want to throw away a song I wrote called Saturday Night, but a friend said to me, keep it, it's something. And that's been with me ever since. Something is better than nothing. Being an artist, I think one thing is important. Write what you feel. Do it your way. Don't copy others and don't sell yourself and write for your audience so they will like the material. You have to love what you do, otherwise do something else. You must have passion and being interested in creating. It helps. It's so easy to think too much. There are so many songs, poems that are not good. Write, tell a story. You can touch some people and YouTube is perfect to share your music to others. When I write, I sometimes look at pictures, beautiful landscapes, blue skies, just like when we see art. Painting speaks to some and others are not touched at all. Sometimes it's enough for me to see a black and white photograph of a serious man. Where can I place him? That's what happened when I wrote Robert DeVille. I made up a story. My name is Robert DeVille. I live upon a hill. I'm a lonely man. That's what I am. And that I've always been. That's the beginning of the song. I had fun with that one. Too many words can destroy a poem or a song, especially if it's too detailed. You can say much in a short song, and it set us to think more than hearing words, words, words. One example is a love song I wrote called I Know. It somehow says it all. Your eyes are so lovely in the moonlight. Your eyes shines only for me. Your love is the best that I've known. Now I know what love is. In your eyes I see where my love lies. It's beyond my life, this feeling I've got. You don't have to say it. Your love, I feel it in my heart. I like to analyze my lyrics because sometimes I see things after I wrote a song that I didn't see when I was doing it. For example, Just Another Rainy Night. I realized that it was a conversation between a man and a woman. I had no clue until after. That tune could also be a poem. Listening to songwriters, you find they have their own style, many of them. Townes Van Sant was so poetic, a songwriter, a genius, just like the late great Warren Zevon. Townes' songs are serious, dark, depressing, but at the same time beautiful. John Prine is another I love listening to. His songs are more funny, a great storyteller. I read that Chris Christopherson once said he wanted to be John Prine. Other great writers: David Olney, Mickey Newbury, Paul Simon, Eric Anderson, Ben Weaver. Some songs are very simple, but a nice melody to it and you could have a hit. Waylon Jennings had it with This Time, and we all know Don't Worry, Be Happy. I like to write those kind of songs that have a meaning that we all know, but at the same time don't think about, because we are chained upon a wheel and too busy to see the obvious things that surrounds us. To find a topic to write about is not that hard. There are so many. Like I mentioned before, love or weather-related songs like I've done. I like to write about being free, because that's something I know we all felt sometimes. Like Little Bird, If I Had Wings, Free, and Pretty Butterfly. I also done a few songs about fear of growing old and thoughts around that, and how we try to hold on, but we know that life is almost gone, and I think many people can relate to those thoughts. It's a wonderful feeling to create and sometimes get rid of ghosts that are a part of us. The Swedish director Ingmar Bergman was afraid of death and wrote The Seventh Seal to get that off his chest, and it helped him somehow, he later said. I know the feeling, I've done that myself. Remember, if you want to be a writer, write. You don't have to be like Dylan Thomas, so don't try. Something is better than nothing. Thank you, my YouTube friends, and good luck.